What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Savage Land. Welcome to Soapbox. And this week on Soapbox, man, we got more community talk. If you're new to the channel, Soapbox is pretty much my commentary channel where I pretty much run my mouth and I just talk about a various different array of topics, but from action figures into pop culture, movies, and basically just what I've seen throughout the week in this beautiful culture. And it all started from the 6-inch plastic that I collect, toys. So let's jump right into it. Let's get into community. This week I will say this: I didn't come across any pictures that I seen to put up, which was kind of funny. I was just looking through my phone. I was like, wow, I don't have any pictures. So there won't be any pictures this week, but we do have some stuff from Facebook, social media. But let's jump into the toys that I'm interested in and what I've seen this week. And to start off, let's get into Mafex. All right, Mafex Reign of Superman to be exact. And let's talk about Eradicator, which was seen at SDCC. From what I've seen, he looks good. I like his colorway, that black and blue. It reminds me of the Carolina Panthers, my favorite football team. But it also reminds me of Nightwing too. He had a black and processed blue coloring like that, and he looks good. Am I crazy over Eradicator? No. But I think Mafex did a great job. I know it's going to be a good Superman. All of the Reign of Supermans are good, from the Steel to the Cyborg Superman, which is phenomenal, and the black suit, the regeneration suit Superman also look good with the mullet. So also, just to piggyback on that, the Dark Knight Superman is one of my favorite Supermans of all time. Matter of fact, it was my #1 action figure last year. That's how much I think about it. And with this Eradicator, you know he's going to have a great cape with the wire, great fabric. They've been crushing the capes, and the capes feel different. They're not all the same. They all have different textures to them. And he has the yellow glasses on his head there. Then he has like 2 beams. I guess that's his power effects, which looks pretty cool, man. Eradicator is something I'm definitely going to get because I have all those other Supermans from Reign of Superman that I talked about. Also on the way is Superboy, which I would have thought would have came out first because they had Eradicator in the cut. That he really wasn't like the premiere at SDCC, even though he was, but everybody was kind of attracted to Superman. So Superboy. So Superboy should be coming soon. We'll see. Mafex also put up for pre-order their Winter Soldier Captain America, which I'm not really into MCU figures, but this looks better than the classic cap that they put up about a month ago around SDCC time. And I would potentially get this just because it looks really good and it's uniform wise. Now, as far as these head sculpts, that third one looks fucking horrendous. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it's not getting it for me. I think the Marvel Legends head sculpt on the actor who played Captain America looks better, and I know his name too. I just really can't think of it. Chris Evans. Yes, Chris Evans. Yes. This looks more like Doogie Howser or somebody, man. I don't know, a young Doogie Howser. That's what that looks like. But the figure looks good, and I didn't pre-order that or not. I'm just waiting around and see what's up. And I might get that next year. I think these are for like a mid-year next year release. Also, I used to order my Mafex from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going strictly through Hobby Link Japan, which is about 70 bucks. These figures are about $30 cheaper when you order them actually from the source. You cut out the middleman. Now, will you have to pay an accelerated shipping? Yes, but if you're getting 2, which I double up on Mafex that I like, and pretty much all of them. Any Mafex you see me with, I have a double mint on card, so I will be getting 2, but you can still pay that same shipping, and that's what I've been going through. Also, what came up is Monster Force. Monster Force looks like it could be great. They had this new drop that they put the other day, a guy called Lt.Griffin. Now, I know I talked about this last week, but the Invisible Man Soldier was not up. And I don't know if everybody else thought like this, but as soon as I thought, I was like, shit, army build right there. I actually went on and jumped on Big Bad Toy Store because it's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive with Fresh Monkey Fiction, this Monster Force. And I went on I jumped on and pre-ordered 5 of them because I just have a vision of that being like an invisible army. The only thing on there, it has the Lt.Griffin on there on the Union Jack patch, which I think is dope. As far as the aesthetic of the figure looks great. It looks freaking awesome. And I like the guns on there. The guns look a little bit more realistic. I like the way he's laid out. And Monster Force is going to be scary, man. No pun intended. But I think they can do a really good job. I think they can be a third army, almost like like the Russians in World War II that come in and kind of rattle things up between this G.I. Joe and Valorverse thing, man. So keep on the lookout for that. This Lt.Griffin looks fucking dope. Also, I remember telling you guys about the 4-pack baby turtle, cartoon baby turtles from NECA that I was looking for Ninja Turtles, which I was going to say this last week, but I just forgot. I didn't have enough time on the menu. But this week, I ordered those 4 baby turtles. They're on NECA's website right now, also with that layer that we talked about for $300. But on the flip side, I think this is a this is, I wouldn't necessarily say a steal, but this is worth it. $60, you get the 4 baby turtles, which are cool. That's really what I'm getting it for. And then you get a little bevy of accessories around it. There's a robot kind of like Rover there. I forgot the name of that robot that you get, that you can also have as another figure. Then you also have the TV set, and then you have just other assorted little figures, little accessories around in this pack for $60. And I think it's worth it. For one, like I said, I wanted those turtles, and the other stuff was just extra on hand. Now I have several different turtle variants, and they're gonna fit well in there. And also, with NECA, you can do like Klarna and like do payment installments, because this set isn't coming out to December. So it always sucks to pre-pay for something, then you have to wait via HasLab. And I'm a HasLab supporter, but it does. So, but the cool thing about this is you can bust that payment down into 4 payments, and then when it comes, it comes, and that's exactly what I did. Which at $60, I paid like $17, and then I'll probably be paying it for like close to November, which is cool with me, with something that's so small and out of the way. Now, with a little bit of Mcfarlane news, which I seen a little bit later on the week, kind of closer to the day of recording this, is he put up some pre-orders for the Target Geek Out. Now, usually I don't put up too Mcfarlane, but I do collect Mcfarlane. And what is the point of this Two-Face Jokerized? What is the point? What is the point of me wanting that? I don't know why I want this, but I didn't do a pre-order on this. I think I'll just run into this in Target. Usually when I'm out looking for something and I want it, I usually find it. And it's nothing I need to pre-order. I'd rather just buy it at the store when I see it. And who knows, with Target, shit, they might throw a 50% off on it and get it for what I really want. Two-Face was never Jokerized in that movie, but just the concept of it. But I do want it, man, and when I run into it, I'll get it. Also, what interested me on that with the Target Geek Out is the Jokerized Scarecrow, which is an iteration of Scarecrow I've never ever seen before. Of course, with Todd McFarlane, that will happen, but looks pretty cool also. Also, he had a 4-pack of the animated series from DC Direct that looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'll be getting this, but it's cool shelf presence. I wanted that 4-pack that had Bull, Batman, and I forgot who else it had in it. I believe it had Joker and maybe Harley Quinn. That was at Walmart for like $100, but that 100 was just kind of steep for me for that. But I do want to pick that up. Hopefully I'll run back into it again. But this DC Direct with Mr. Freeze, Condiment Man, Batman, Robin, this is pretty cool looking right here. Also, something that really kind of pissed me off was I really wanted this McFarlane Joker interrogation room set, but of course nobody gives a shit about McFarlane until it's time to give a shit. It's sold out. I really like that Joker figure. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't care if it's 7 inches. That's a figure you can put in its own standoff surroundings on a shelf in a different spot, because that character is so iconic. He deserves his own space, and I think this looks pretty cool. But for the most part, I like about sets like this is the accessories, the tables, the chairs, the handcuffs. So it sold out the backdrop that it came in. So who knows? It's nothing I'm not gonna chase or go crazy over. It just pisses me off when you finally want something from this man, like really want something. Like, hey, look, I'll pre-order that, and the shit is sold out. While we on the subject of DC though, what I did pick up, which is not McFarlane, is one of these Megos toys. I think I'm gonna go all in on this. This is the Riddler. He has the soft goods fabric, almost kind of like this is a throwback to 70s, 80s types toys, and this is pretty cool. I actually own a couple of these. I have actually an Invisible Man of one, and I have a Killer Clown from Outer Space one, which is pretty dope. But I think I might get the Batman and Robin of this. I think I might get the Joker, Penguin, because this is something like together as far as shelf presence wise, will look good on your shelf. And I know it doesn't have the super articulation, it looks kind of funny, but this is a throwback. Like, I actually kind of remember figures like this when I was a kid, like in the mid 80s, like 85, 86. Young, you talking about 3-4 years old, but I remember these type of figures being around. And this Riddler is always dope. I'm actually looking to get that Riddler from Mcfarlane too. I think that's pretty dope. I think I talked about that last week, but this is cool. This is at Walmart for 20 bucks. I think it's totally worth it. You get soft goods. You get so much detail, and it's so unique. This is toy collecting 101 at its finest right here, I think. Forget all the hype beast of everything else. This is like when you really want something, you want it, and it's unique, and you think it has a special place on your shelf. But this is the only pickup that I received this week that I went to the store and brought. Also, I'll piggyback these two subjects on top of each other. This week I tuned into Ahsoka, which has Rosario Dawson in it, which is spot on as far as casting somebody to play somebody. She looks just like that character I used to see on that show. I don't know anything about Rebels. I don't know anything about Clone Wars as far as when it comes to the cartoon. I was already an adult and I was already moving around. So when these new characters come, like Sabine Wren and General Thrawn and all that, I don't have any history or backdrop on them. But from what I've seen on this live action show, it looks really good. They did a good job. It's very interesting. And the cool thing about Star Wars is this new timeline with Mandalorian and Ahsoka and Boba Fett. And just the different series spawning off that, you can kind of bury that old lore, because it's like almost like beating a dead dog, like with the last group of Star Wars that came out. I watched that first one with Ren and Kylo Ren, and I was like, you know, this is not for me. But you're talking to a guy who the second set, which is the first series of Star Wars, is my favorite. When Anakin was a kid and he was racing the pod, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith, one of the greatest movies ever because the bad guys win at the end. But I like this. And to go along with that, what I was interested in Black Series is the Ahsoka figure. I think I need a new one of those. She looks pretty decent. And Sabine Wren, maybe. I actually had a Sabine Wren and didn't even know it. I brought the first one because I wanted her to go. I built a Mandalorian army build, basically. I have like 15 different Mandalorians, and I want to build on some more. And she was a good one because she just looked so unique. So I might get this live action one also to go along with it. But those are the two figures I was interested in out of all of them. And then just to piggyback on that, a figure I know that's been came out that nobody really cares about is my man, the Sith Lord from Star Wars. I seen him in Walmart today. I want to see if that drops in price a little bit, and I definitely want to pick that up. He looks really good. I like the way his soft good looks, and I like the way his face looks on that. So hopefully we'll see what's up with that. Hopefully I can get him for a deal one day. All right, let's go into community. As far as picture wise or what I seen on social media. Like I said, I didn't really have a lot of ACBA this week, but of course I did tune into social media. Social media is pretty much through our bloodlines right now. And we'll go with the first picture here. And it says, which suit is better? 90s Jim Lee all day with Cyclops with the hair out all day. Favorite track on DMX's first album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. And I would have to go with Crime Story. This is a real freaking beaut. This is a throwback right here to the 90s G.I. Joe commercial. And I guess this is Scarlet with some type of viper, but Jesus Christ, look at that head. And like in those commercials, Cobra Commander had this superimposed head too. I mean, this is so fucking horrendous that is actually good, man. It really is, man. It's like, wow, like you've probably never ever seen anything that cheesy and people waste a budget that bad again in your life. This came from G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch Collectors, one of my Facebook groups, and it says Hail Cobra. And it looks like it has a red skull head on a crimson guard. Looks pretty cool. Head is a little bit oversized, but man, if you know how to angle and take the pictures, you definitely can make that happen. But I actually think that's actually pretty dope. I actually want to try that with one of my red skull heads. I believe I have an extra red skull head in the cabinet here, and it gives you an idea, man. I love it. I think that's awesome when people put it out there like that. Piggyback on my story from a month ago with Sha'Carri Richardson. Looks like she won the women's 100-meter world championship. So this girl's on the way to the Olympics, and hopefully she can keep up the momentum and keep going and go and get the gold for the United States. Also, who reported this was Come and Talk to Me. It is what it is. with Cameron and Mace, two rappers who basically are taking over the sports commentary game, and filling in the space that ESPN can't, filling in the space that Fox Sports can't, saying the stuff that both of these networks can't. And when I say fill in the space, be able to relate to a culture that knows them and they know them. And also, just a report, they also received $30 million for their YouTube channel sports commentary show, man, which is amazing. It says, which rap album from 1998 is better? And this is Classic Rap Shorts, Facebook page that popped up on my Facebook. And it says DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, Big Pun, Capital Punishment, Jay-Z Volume 2, Hard Not Life, or Gangstar, Moment of Truth. They chose DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, but his second album wasn't better than his first, and the first one came out in 1998. I would have to go with Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life. I think that pretty much kind of controlled almost the narrative of 98 going into 99. Well, at least out of these 4 albums, but they all were heat rocks. All these albums are good. Okay, I kind of almost did a social experiment again. Let me see where this came from. It might have been G.I. Joe Classified Community, but make a long story short, in these stupid Facebook groups, people just do hateful stuff. I'm speaking from experience because when I was having my army out and I was showing my big Cobra army, I was like, you know what? This ought to be something cool to put up. Maybe these guys want to see it. Let's have some fun. That's what I thought the group was for. But as soon as you put it up, you have just, they start adding it up. Well, that's 50 figures times 25. Looks like somebody else could have spent $500 somewhere. It's just stupid stuff. So I seen a guy doing it to another guy. And a guy had Cobra Ills. They look really good. That packaging looks a lot better, especially when you flip it to the side and you're a mint on card collector, all those faces lined up, or if you have the different characters, it looks really good. And he just went to kind of shit on this guy, saying that, I don't know what it's army for. They're kind of weak. Actually, they look really good. I have all the army builders. They're one of the best looking ones. I don't give a damn if they are scuba divers. I think that's why it looks so good to me, because they're just not on land. They're in the water, so they're in a whole different aspect. But he just wanted to rain on this guy's parade, and I was like, you know what? I don't have a stake in this fight. Let me just fuck with him. I'm coming through like a homeboy that's not from your neighborhood that come over and baseball bat somebody for you. Then he jump back in the car and go back to his hood. I came in like that. I'm like, hey, I said, jealous? I'm not interested in it. Why would I be jealous? So then I replied, and this might not be my word for word, so why even mention it? If you're not interested in this figure, why even mention it? Why go bother somebody else and try to rain on their parade, man? You know what I'm saying? It's an annoying type feeling. So what had me laughing was I laughed about this for like 2 days. 24 hours later, I got a notification on my Facebook page, and this guy's name popped up. He said, same reason why you commented on mine. I commented on yours because I'm trying to stop you from being an asshole. And that's what I pretty much said to him. And then at the end, this is what let me know he was really mad. You punk motherfucker. That's when you know somebody mad, when they call you a punk motherfucker. They put that punk in front of it. He probably kicked the air too, you punk motherfucker. Yo, I laughed about that shit for 2 days, man. But all said and done, in the end, I hope he feels that sting in his chest when he seen that message and wanted to find me and kick my ass, like how he made that other guy feel that sting in his chest. Stop being an asshole, people. Let people enjoy their figures. All right, let's get into G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. What did I see from G.I. Joe this week? And the first thing up is this new figure that I don't know anything about, and it's Wolf Spider. What is his name? He has a big old name. It's Parth Wolf Spider Verma Rodriguez Iglesias Julejos. Nah, I'm fucking with you. But man, it's Parth Wolf Spider Verma. Like I've never heard of this guy before. And this figure right here, even though it isn't bad, it's actually a pretty great looking figure, pretty plain, but it's actually pretty good. This is basically letting me know it's time for the end game with G.I. Joe. Not necessarily I'm saying I'm stopped buying, but this hardcore collecting where I have to get this numerical order. I think when I said 1 through 100, I think I'm good with that. I think I'm gonna cap it on that as far as I gotta have this figure. I gotta have this exclusive so I can lock it in. And why not? It's the first HasLab at 100, and it caps it right there for me. And I'm well on my way to doing that. Like 70 through 100, I've been kind of cherry picking, but I will get them. But a guy like this, I have no interest in. I will probably get him. I think he looks good. His colorways look good. I don't like that banana yellow, and he's supposed to be Night Force. I mean, who are you hiding from with that? It's like you drop in the middle of the night out of nowhere, and then this yellow's popping like, hey, look at me, I'm here, shoot me, please. He looks good. He's number 109. Looks like he comes right before the 788 Fire Team. I believe they're 110. So he should be coming soon. He should be coming soon because that 788 is coming out November. And this guy's already in hand overseas somewhere, man. So he's part of that Walmart line. Like I said, he's a good, plain looking figure. Just kind of almost like another army builder. Just pretty much has that Night Force kind of scope, big backpack, goggles, night vision goggles, things of that nature. And I've never heard of this guy a day in my life. Who the hell is he? Where did he come from? Which also 3-0 also put up some 1/6 scale Cobra Commander and Destro. I'm not interested in these guys. I'm not getting them. I'm not getting them because I kind of said if I'm gonna get anything cloth and kind of realistic looking, I'm gonna deal with Mezco, which I'm not gonna get all of those. But these guys look pretty decent. If you're into the 1/6 scale 12-inch figures, they come with a lot. One thing I didn't like, Destro doesn't have any fire effects coming out like how Mezco does. They have a beautiful blast effect coming out of Destro's wrist, which I think is pretty dope, but this one doesn't. But he has this Mars briefcase you can open up, several different array of hands. Also Cobra Commander the same. When the hell are we gonna get a hooded Cobra Commander? Like stop this shit. Look, I am a black man in America. When I look at hooded Cobra Commander, I'm not saying that's the fucking Ku Klux Klan. You're not gonna see the Ku Klux Klan now. They're more reclusive. You gotta use your third eye. You gotta pick up on your sixth sense to see racism. But Cobra Commander is not a fucking Klan member. Please give him back his hood, man. Please. This is stupid. This is way past woke. This is motherfuckers. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it that, man. This is crazy, man. Give that man his hood back. I'm tired of this helmeted Cobra Commander. So I hate to go into that spiel, but that shit just bothers me, yo. This is a black man in America telling you that when I look at Cobra Commander with a hood on his head, I'm just thinking of a crazy motherfucker with a bag on his head. I'm not thinking of the Ku Klux Klan. And in that case, Jason in part 1, Voorhees, or part 2, he's a fucking Klans member. He had a bag on his head. The bag Spider-Man from Fantastic Four, that motherfucker's in the Klan too. Like, stop this shit, man. Stop this. If anybody ever sees this, please give Cobra Commander his hood back. Make what fucking Donald Trump, make America great again. Make Cobra Commander have his fucking hood again. I'm gonna make a hat with that, man. Stop the bullshit. Okay, last but not least, I've been meaning to put this picture up and show this guy's army. His army is twice the size of my army. I have 120, maybe a little bit north of that, Cobra Troopers, which it doesn't even seem like much anymore once I've dealt with it so much. But this guy here is Faux Gross. I hope I said that right. It says, my ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Ill should be showing up tomorrow. This guy has like 218 Cobra troops here, just different assortments. I know because I told him how much I had, and he pretty much told me, he's like, yeah, I got about 218. He pretty much has doubled my army, but it looks good, man. It looks good, man. Shout out to the massive army builders. I should start a Facebook page with just massive G.I. Joe army buildings, a place to come full circle, a place where people can come and you can put up your massive army pictures, and you don't have these broke ass, I don't give a shit if you have broke or money, but just these hating ass motherfuckers coming on and just shitting on you for no reason, because I don't know, probably because they sitting up jerking off in their mom's basement. Then after they do that and come to their senses, they be like, you know what, I was an asshole. Okay, let's go into the hot topic for this week. It's the death of the Build-A-Figure. And I took a picture of where I got the idea from. I seen it on another YouTube channel. I actually didn't even go into the video. I just seen the title. And I was like, you know what? The Build-A-Figure is dying. And it's proof of it. Lately, you've been seeing Marvel Legends do, and I'm mostly talking about Marvel Legends here, okay? That's what I mostly collect when it comes to like a Build-A-Figure thing type ordeal, and they're the most prominent when it comes to Build-A-Figures. And a lot lately, you've been seeing a lot of retro cards, which is cool. I like retro cards. And then what you've been seeing a lot later is an actually piece that has been a Build-A-Figure or looked like it could have been a Build-A-Figure coming out as a single release. And then with the Build-A-Figure, it's like back to like normal human size figures or even smaller. So with the depth of this Build-A-Figure, I think they really might be trying to phase it out, but I'm not 100% sure. This isn't a prediction channel. What I will say is I think they're trying to save money, and they're tired of putting out something that costs a little bit more with this Build-A-Figure. I think they're trying to retract that. I think what they really want to do is go to retro card back, which I like. I say go to it all day. I think that's better than the boxes. The retro card back gives you a feeling from the 90s. And it's a great way to display because it can be hung and it's slimmer. The box is a lot thicker, so it takes up a lot more space. Even though that retro card is taller, it's a lot slimmer. And most of the time on a shelf, you're going to be going horizontal, not vertical. So if you got them up like that, you could store them like that or whatever. As far as storage wise, I wouldn't even say on a shelf because you still would be horizontal, but it would be facing towards you, so it's still taking up room. But to make a long story short, those things can be storage. Just storage, period. If you're putting them side somewhere, a lot better than the boxes. And as far as display, I think they look really great. Now, as far as Build-A-Figures, we gotta go to that Guardians of the Galaxy where they had that dog, that space dog. That was the Build-A-Figure, which was not worth it. If anything, that should have been a figure, which still wouldn't have been worth it because they would have charged you the $27 when you know damn well that dog should be like 15 bucks. So it's just crazy, man. But I do see them phasing out the Build-A-Figure. Maybe they won't, or maybe they'll get down to a very limited release of Build-A-Figures, which is really what's going on now, because it's really half and half when you sit up and think about it. With any of the lines within Marvel Legends, is half of its retro card, half of its box with the Build-A-Figure. So, and then a lot of the Build-A-Figure is reuse, like Chode or I forgot my name, the big green black dude, the snake guy, which I need to get him. And then just some other things that I've seen, man, that lets me know that the Build-A-Figure isn't the major piece no more. It seemed like back in before 2020, like the Build-A-Figure in the Marvel Legends wave would be the major piece that you're trying to get to. I have brought figures that I did not want trying to get to a Build-A-Figure. On the flip side, like the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, if there's figures that I did not want just to try to build this dog, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll go to eBay and buy the dog there who's somebody who's already put it together. You see what I'm saying? The Build-A-Figure was making you chase something that you did not have to chase, or you had to chase just to put that Build-A-Figure together. And I'm trying to think of a line right now. I was like, you know what the hell with it? I might as well go ahead and build all of it. I think that MCU Molten Man from the Spider-Man movie, that happened with that. And I know there's some other ones that I just can't think of, but figures got picked up because I was trying to build a Build-A-Figure, and that is not the case here. I think the Build-A-Figures are going downwards as far as Marvel Legends. Puff Adder, that's what I was thinking. I need to get him. But I think, see, that is a figure that'll make me buy that entire way if I can get it at a good price, or if not, if I feel like I get hungry enough to get that, then I will buy those other figures. But I never really wanted everything in it. I just wanted that Captain America out of there and a few other things. Chode is another one that, hey, I might start twisting some arms just to build Chode because I want him. I want him on my X-Men shelf. I want him next to Corsair. Puff Adder, I just like that figure. He's big, strong, snake guy. Looks like he can be used in G.I. Joe with Serpentor a little bit. So there's different options and views I have for him, and I just think it's a good figure. But this Build-A-Figure thing, like I said, I think it's getting phased out. And it might kick back up again because I believe in the early parts of Marvel Legends, the Build-A-Figure was human size. Like you had to build Jubilee and things of that nature. And I really wasn't collecting Marvel Legends in the 2013s. I didn't start collecting Marvel Legends till like 16, 17. So I think it's just going back to what it was. And I'm thinking in the beginning they really didn't have a lot of money to do a lot of stuff, so they were just trying to get at it. And now I think they're going back to saving money or they losing money, either one. But they're definitely not trying to give you that Build-A-Figure that you really deserve, man. Because like I said, I keep going in Guardians of the Galaxy, but that dog with that space helmet and shit, that was some bullshit, and they know it. This is a Savage Land. If you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week on the episode of Soapbox. If you can, hit up my Instagram. Come follow me, I'll follow you. Try to bolster up my community at @Geppetto910. And with that being said, on the Savage Land, we do this for the love and beauty of action figures. Until the next time.